Like, they will do everything they can to try to open those bitches and not break something, but that's illegal too. They're not allowed to fucking lock shit at all.
They're not allowed to really touch you. You don't even have to.
You don't have to let them search your shit.
No, in fact, you don't even have to talk to them.
You don't have to hand them your license.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, people don't know that.
So
a lot more people know it now because on Facebook, it's all over Facebook.
Yeah, but people
now.
freak out too.
You want to be polite though. You want to say like, whatever I did wrong, sir, I'll
moment.
accept the ticket. I do not accept search procedure. I do not talk to police.
But when you're in a war,
without a lawyer,
those rules don't matter.
And it depends on how anal the policeman is.
So I just bought.
I don't have to deal with he's got a gun.
I need to install it, but I just bought myself a nice little camera that is a front dash.
That's something that Yang was saying. We were just talking about. Yang was like, one of the things he wants to implement is that police officers get their
purple belt
in jiu-jitsu,
which is the third rank.
Constant training. Through
so
the
they
year.
probably have to do like 6 weeks. Give them like 6 weeks, but that means they have a constant.
But that's not the problem.
Yeah, they probably would.
The problem is these guys are coming back from war-torn areas,
right?
And they got that PST, whatever they call it.
And one of the ways to help with it is
PTSD.
Exercise. And one of the hardest exercises. Imagine they're not doing anything. They're doing a little bit of exercise.
Jiu-jitsu is really cool because you learn how to roll and fall. Like you do a lot of tumbling.
Heavy exercise.
Well, you should. I don't think you should be able to become a police officer after leaving war-torn areas for about 5 years.
There'll be so many.
Until you've proven that you can handle the pressure of that. Because
go under some sort
what I think happens is a lot of them, they get a flashback. They're in their car.
Some sort of therapy where they're carrying their gun. Some sort of therapy where you're not a cop.
All of a sudden, they're back in Iraq.
Yeah.
In their mind. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I mean, the same shit
have a
happens.
CPL for a couple of years before you can become a cop. Like prove that you can have a concealed weapon and not
go to a therapist for a couple of years before you become a police officer.
But in order to do that shit though, our taxes would have to pay for it, and I'm all for that. But the American people are not.
Well, look at all the money we wasted on bullshit.
So Trump's people love him, and lots of Trump's people are veterans who are accepting benefits, and Trump just did the biggest peel back in history. He peeled back like $1.2 billion from the Veteran Disability Fund. So people who were getting like $16.50 a month on SSD or whatever are now going to get $13.50.
Yeah,
so
less.
People are getting like $200 to $300 a month less.
Well, they
and
would
$200 to $300 a month could be all of what they have extra. Could be like motherfuckers never eating a steak again.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they went to West Virginia, and they had about 20 people, and the guy was interviewing them, and he asked them. One guy said, "Yeah, man, I had to pay taxes this year. I hadn't paid taxes in 8 years." And the guy said, "Oh, you did?" He said, "Yeah, because Trump put some new stuff." And then he said, "How many of you guys have to pay more taxes this year?" And every one of them raised their hand.
Really?
Every last one.
So here's one of the things he did. Our standard deduction under Obama didn't change the amount. The amount was the same. You had to get to $5,000 in order to do your own deduction. In order to, what do they call it? Itemize your deduction.
Mm-hmm.
You had to have at least $5,000 in your own write-offs.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody got the standard $5,000 or less. Trump changed it to $1,750. Everybody gets $17,500 or less. So you have more than that to itemize it and write it off yourself. When you write off yourself, that basically all reflects on money you get back on your taxes. So when you don't get to itemize, that's money that you don't get anymore. So a lot of people, that's the gap that they're missing. But the way he did it, by moving it up to $1,700, I could come up with $5,000 easy. I'm gonna keep all my gas, and I'm almost there. And then I got to do like some outfits. I bought boots, 3 pairs of pants this year.
Makes sense.
And some tools. I bought a new power drill. $150. So I can get myself to $5,000. But $1,750, I'm not even gonna try. I don't even try to itemize that. That takes $1,750.
It's a lot of money.
$17,500.
Yeah,
$17,500.
Most people don't even take
So
a year.
It's been a giant ripoff that a lot of the. I'm not trying to be funny. I love everybody, but we got a lot of people in this country just don't use their brain. Mm-hmm. They don't use common sense.
Not trying to be funny.
No, I'm not. I mean, I love America. I'm an American and all that good shit, but there's some people in this country, man, they don't understand what's good for them and what's not good for them.
It's a cult.
How you gonna?
Cult mentality.
Yeah, how you gonna take and make a guy that's a billionaire? He don't give a shit about you. If he's even a billionaire, he don't give a shit about the little man. He never did. He's fucked over more little men than anybody.
Yep.
True. He knows how to use the courts to fuck over people.
Yeah.
He's very good at.
He knows you don't have a lot of money, so he'll keep it in court so long that you get.
You'll just be.
You
Broke.
just drop it.
Yeah.
You, after a while, you just drop
You
it.
don't have a choice. You go broke.
Mm-hmm.
You're already going broke. Situation. So it's like.
But the worst part is just the way he talks about people and demean people for no reason.
What is this here?
Deadhead.
Stuff does smell fruity.
You know that girl, what was that girl's name was over here? The last time we did a broadcast. The girl that was sitting here. Angie. She had that was a very decent Gorilla Glue she had.
Yeah, that was good glue.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was.
Shocked me a little bit.
Me too.
Hers?
Yeah,
'Cause
we
we-
actually tasted like what I think of glue.
It tasted like it was supposed to taste.
It wasn't the strongest glue I've
No,
had.
but it was. I'd say
Probably-
mid to upper.
Upper,
Hard,
yeah.
hard
Yeah,
to fuck
mid
it
to
up,
upper.
though. I mean, Gorilla Glue is solid.
Yeah, but a lot of
Yeah,
people.
you can smell it sometimes on the bud.
Yeah,
and you go to
yeah.
smoke it, and you don't get any
It's
of the
totally
actual
different.
flavor.
Yeah, you don't get hers had flavor, substance, colored right
So
color.
sorbet 4 though is better.
Yeah, it is.
You were talking earlier
It was
when
more, it had more to it
Yeah,
than just
and more depth.
Yeah.
when I was talking about how strong Deadhead is, and we were saying even a bad Deadhead would be potent. You were saying that that's what tells you how good someone does is the taste, the flavor.
The
it
flavor is how you tell.
That's how you judge how well they
Yeah.
did.
Oh, they did a good job. The
So no
thing
matter what it
is
is,
when I
if
say
it's potent,
better,
it's potent.
the reason why is because whatever they have was taken and crossed with something else.
Gotcha.
And it's brought out a different complexity to the flavor. So it's their
Well, I thought you
flavor.
meant just like conditioning. Like
no,
better
like the
at growing
sorbet
it.
4 has the flavor that we were talking about going around, but it also has something else. It has a different layer that doesn't
It's not in there.
makes it a little stronger in flavor, a little more sharper.
Well, I can't wait. When are we gonna have an abundance of that?
An abundance of it.
Well, I mean, where?
It's in rotation.
Okay,
I
so
put it
okay.
straight into
So
rotation.
within the next month or two, huh?
Yeah, within 2 months, so it'll
Yeah.
come out like every 3 or 4 or 5 tables.
Okay.
Because I got to try the BOSs again.
Because I got to do something, man. I'm running out of weed. I went 2 days without weed. That hasn't happened in a long time. I mean, I could have got up and went and searched some out if I needed it. You know what I mean? But I just didn't feel like doing all that shit.
It's good to take a break every now and then.
I was like, I'm thinking about like if I'm gonna travel. Like I'm not traveling. We're
With
going
me.
to Chattanooga. But we're only going to Chattanooga because
Hell
of the
yeah.
tattoo thing.
Okay.
But if I'm gonna travel,
Chattanooga's awesome, though.
I'm not traveling outside states that aren't legal,
Right.
rack wise.
I got you.
I'm glad I
You know
went
what
to
I'm
saying? I
Chattanooga
agree
with
with
you
you.
because Chattanooga was a really cool city.
I
to
agree
explore.
with you.
It is cool. Little city.
Chattanooga, Tennessee?
Yeah.
I've never been
Right
there.
on the border of Georgia,
It is.
down there.
It's
in
an
the
interesting
mountains, other
city.
side
It's
of
on
the
the
mountains.
border of Georgia.
It's very
Up in the hills.
Very progressive.
As you're coming into Georgia?
Yeah.
Right at the.
Okay.
Before it gets hot, so it's still like a cold climate. It's up in the fucking Appalachians.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
misty as hell. It has those like
Right on
water
some river.
fucking trenches all over the
Chattanooga
place.
River, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Instead of
Chattanooga.
curbs, they got little channels for the fucking
Yeah,
water to
it's
collect
a place.
and go.
There's
Tennessee.
lots of fucking places to hike and.
So they're into
city
beautification and
itself is
shit. It's
amazing.
real like hippie.
Well, isn't that where the Appalachian Mountains start?
Yeah.
Mhm.
down
Yeah,
there.
Appalachians. Yeah, they
Right,
start
right
up
about
in
there because
Yeah,
you get under them in Florida.
yeah.
So somewhere about there.
I don't know.
But I don't know.
I know
much.
we were up at some fort where you could hang out and look around and see everything for miles.
Just laid out like or like a
It's
tapestry.
like a perfect hill, like
Yeah,
right in the middle,
yeah.
and they put a fort there, and it's like.
Yeah.
'Cause there's still a lot of south, like, it's very, very progressive type city. You know?
Chattanooga?
Yes.
Really?
So
Yes.
they had parking
My
garages
cousin
all
lives
in the
there.
center.
Her and her wife. They have
Oh.
2 kids now.
They-
3 kids, I think.
They had big ass parking garages there in the middle of the city, and they thought they were ugly, so they wanted to cover them up. So they sold bids for like, what do you want to do with them? You know, people can have them if they have the right idea. And they sold it to a company who now rents the space and does rock climbing. So So they put like
Okay.
rock climbing shit all around the outsides
yeah,
of it.
yeah, yeah.
And the company operates on the outside of the fucking parking garage, like
Okay.
from the roof and the ground, and it made it not ugly.
Yeah.
Now you're driving
It
around town
enhanced
and you're like motherfuckers rock climbing, dude. Like they're on the 4th story of that parking garage, bro.
There's like a bridge, a walking bridge to go across the river. That's pretty fucking massive. You know, Coca-Cola.
That's
was
clear.
there.
It's the like I don't think he wants this.
I don't want that.
It's
I
the
want that.
oh damn. Okay. It's the longest walking bridge or whatever, non-car bridge.
Yeah.
But it's all clear glass plates.
Okay.
So there's a spot in the middle that's
That does a little thing.
that's not clear, so that people who freak out can walk on.
Oh,
And
okay.
You see people who stick to it like religiously because they can't look down and see nothing.
Yeah,
But like it's to walk on the glass is what it's all about. You're walking on like, man, I'm walking
Right.
on nothing.
right.
This
And you can
is
see
sweet.
through it and everything. They got one in China.
You
I
can
think,
tell the glass is that fucking thick.
they got one in
It's straight.
China. I think it's the longest glass bridge in the world. And when they first opened it, they didn't tell anybody. But when you get to a certain part, they got a little gimmick. When you step on it, the glass
Shatters.
cracks. Yeah, but it's a gimmick. It's not really cracked.
Yeah, I get
but
it.
when people first saw it, they panicked and
So now when you see someone sitting there with their phone like this, you know you're coming up to it.
Yeah,
They're
right.
gonna get you.
Damn.
That's sweet.
Think how crazy it is. 80 people died, and it's like fucking. It's like a flu virus, like this super flu virus. It's
Yeah.
gonna kill everyone.
Corona.
What do
It's
you
only
mean 80
been
people died?
80 people have died of the virus.
When I left home, it was 136.
Okay, 136.
When I left home, they
You
said
know
it was
how many
136.
fucking people are in China?
Oh yeah, tons of them.
136 people out of fucking 8
And they're all
billion.
It's just
they're
getting
all
started, but it's
hungover.
got to start somewhere.
I know.
It's just getting started.
Well,
You know what they're doing though in China?
Dude, let me tell you
what
something.
is it? Isn't it like just a flu?
So there
It's a really serious flu.
there are Americans that
It's your month.
aren't making flights home because the Chinese government is stopping everybody taking their temperature before you can get on the plane.
Well, they're not letting certain people
If they don't
leave
like
the
your
city.
temperature, they send you home, and you can't come back till your temperature's right. So people are missing flights because they didn't expect that and they got a cold or
Let
something.
me tell you something. They better maintain that shit because we don't need a pandemic. We have a pandemic.
That's an interesting response though. When I
Oh
heard
my
that, I'm
God.
like,
How many
I'm not
people
against
die
that.
from the annual flu?
a lot of people. Do.
Yeah, it's like the same amount.
No.
Yes.
Like, if you're
Look
in
it
China
up.
on
There's
business,
lots-
tell your boss,
it's gotta
"Hey, I
be
gotta
at
get
least
healthy before
1,000
I come
people.
home."
What I'm
Yeah.
saying is this is just getting started. This is
Okay.
just getting started. You know, so they don't know how bad it's going to be yet. They can't gauge it until after maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
Well, hopefully they come up with some kind of antivirus.
Good luck with that.
Don't good luck with that. What do you think CRISPR is?
I know what it is.
CRISPR is literally antivirus.
But,
should buy the stock.
but are the Chinese dealing with that?
Fuck yeah, they've been playing with CRISPR for years.
Okay.
They're doing shit with CRISPR that we can only dream of.
Oh, okay.
Think about it. It's different there. They're allowed. It's not.
Well, they don't have the
they don't
rules
have-
and regulations we have.
They don't have the Christian mindset.
Yeah, they don't have the rules and regulations we have. That's
And if it benefits the party, they're gonna look into it
yeah.
and spend whatever
But
they can.
again, they might look into
They
it
control
all,
their fucking.
They might look into it all they want to.
So now it's at $2. Our average is down to $4.62, but when we first bought in, we bought in at $7.50.
Bought
And
in
it went
with
up
what?
to 12 at its best.
Bought in with what?
Cannabis stock. If we sell out right now, we would have lost $700 though. So definitely don't sell.
Well,
I think you should be patient and just let it be.
Very
That's
patient.
that's kind of
But
the
what I'm
stuff.
thinking though, it's $2 right now. So I had one of each Bitcoin, and Bitcoin Silver I'd bought in at 40, and when it got to 63 or something, I sold it and bought these for $2. That's how I've been getting the average down. And then we're at 266 shares. I think you bought in for 75 right away because we bought 150 right away, and me and you
Yeah.
just split it. And then Tom threw like $20 or something. So I don't know. You probably got 100 of
It
these
ain't
shares.
worth nothing now.
Right. It's
It
not worth
ain't
shit
worth
yet.
nothing now.
The shares
It's
aren't
worth $2 a
anything.
piece right now.
They were $7 when we bought the shares.
So
Now
whatever
they're
you bought in
$2.
for, you got.
Okay, but it's not.
It's not dead. No,
Right.
in 10 years, in 5 years, it could be something special.
It's gonna be less than 5.
So you lost $5 on
But
every
even
seven
then,
you spent.
if it's say if it goes
If
up
you
to
sold it or
$50, it's still like made a little bit of money.
Suppose it goes up to $200.
This
That's the plan. So it's
Then
not
that's-
something that they
even
expect
then,
to go
that's
up
not that
anytime
much.
now. People still
It
recommend
is.
buying it.
What do you mean it's not that much?
from 7, I guess,
Add
but we
that
didn't
up.
put that much in. If I'd have put $1,000 in, it'd be a different story.
My friend bought a portion of a Bitcoin before it
Yeah.
blew up. He paid, I think, $250 for a portion of a Bitcoin, just a little sliver of it. When it went up, he got $15,000.
So that's the regular Bitcoin, because regular Bitcoin does that. And right now I have like a 0.14 of a Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes for like $7,000 right now, though. Or I think I bought it at $7,000 and it's $9,000 or something today. But Bitcoin moves a lot.
Yeah, it does.
So people buy and sell
And
all the time. They buy low, sell high,
And
they
it
try.
does this.
Yeah, so you gotta sell
It
quick
does
when it
that.
does that. If it's up $20,000, you gotta sell it. But because it's going away fast, because everybody sells off. But I had a Bitcoin Silver or something that I bought in the other day for $110, and I had to buy a full share, and I bought a full share at $110. And later that day, I looked at it and it was $160, and I sold, and I was psyched. And it was
Immediately,
It was
yeah.
around lunchtime, and I made $50, and I put it all in the cannabis. But then, when I got home, I looked at it, and it was $310.
Yeah, you sold too
I
soon.
could have made $200 in a
You
day.
should have waited a little bit longer.
Because the Bitcoin does that. The Bitcoin Silver is around $100 usually, so going up to $300, it's not going to be there long. It's probably already back down to $200.
I mean,
But that was a rough day. Like,
it
I
is
made
what it
$60
is.
and I was excited, but could have been a $200 day. Then
I
would
mean,
have.
it's gambling in a sense. I mean, if
No,
you
it's
put
not in a
that-
sense. It's gambling, period.
If you put your money,
Then you put
if-
100 aside and say, next time that's $100, I buy it again. Is what you do. That's how you remember. So you get something that's an even number.
Because you can fucking put all your effort into figuring out if a company's going to work, and it'll do nothing.
So I need to get
Well, my friend,
the app that I have doesn't let me do partials of stocks, but there's all kinds of apps that they buy a bunch of the stock and let you do partials of it.
Oh, okay.
And so I could get Tesla. Tesla's like $500-600.
I would buy Tesla. I'd buy Tesla.
And it was $200 a couple years ago. It's $600 now. It's gonna be $1,500 eventually. Amazon's like $3,000.
When that factory opens up, you
Costco's
start cranking them
300.
babies out.
When I was at Costco, it was $16 a share, and you can get it as stock options. For every $16 you put in, they give you a stock share or something like that. And now it's like $300 a share. Like, I should have done fucking Costco stock.
So how much is it right now to buy a Tesla stock?
I look it up. My favorite, I need to get back into CRISPR. You were talking about earlier. CRISPR is up low. Okay, so Tesla right now today is $567. If
So
we were to
it
buy
cost
it
me
this month.
$560
To buy
to have
one
one
full
stock.
One share.
Oh, but look at it in the last 3 months though. This should show it. Yeah. So it was as low as fucking 335 3 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
Over the last year, as low as 185. So Eric DeWitt, I don't know if the guy I was telling you about with the Teslas, who wants to get into the fleet thing that they're doing that's coming out in June. When that comes out, their stock's going to go up.
It's gonna fly.
So I had to buy Tesla. But what he did, he has like 16 shares of Tesla or something that he bought into for less than $2,000. And now his 16 shares of Tesla is like 30-40 grand. So that's what he plans on getting his start with, going out till he's going to move to Beverly Hills and take a chance and try to get loans to get the first
He's
Tesla
gonna move
going.
where?
Beverly Hills, because Uber is the #1 competitor for Tesla fleet, and Uber and Lyft.
But why Beverly Hills?
It's the #1 place for Uber and Lyft.
Oh, Beverly Hills?
Mhm.
Oh, really?
It's the most used.
That's
So
interesting.
it's the best
Well,
market.
I mean, it's
I used to live in
Manufacturing
Beverly Hills.
it's definitely a rich
Whatever.
person. Like that's not something. I mean,
Oh, no,
it makes
it-
sense that rich people would use it more.
Oh, yeah,
Kids.
well, I mean, without a doubt.
The young people.
See, the young people,
Well, even the old
they
people
don't
are
even want to
partying
own a
there.
car.
Even the old people are partying like young people here.
Yeah, but I mean, they don't even want to. Young people don't even want to buy a car.
So all
Most
they
of them
do
don't
is
even want to buy a car, especially if you live in a city with good, rapid
So
transit.
Tesla stock right now, this particular app recommends buy it at a 36%, hold at a 30%, sell it at 33. So that's because it's so up. So they're recommending a hard sell. I think most of those sells would be buy if there wasn't. So I think hold's the important number there. So it's only like 30% not confident is what that looks like to me. That to me looks like 70% people liking this shit right now. Is how I read it.
Well, it dropped when he smoked that joint.
So I've been watching this for over a year.
6 stocks for the
Yeah,
same
but then it went
price.
right back
And
up.
all I've been doing is buying weed
When-
stocks really and losing money.
when a couple of his rockets went up and landed back down again, it went right back up.
But what I've noticed with Bitcoin and shit, and it seems to me like stocks do really good starting in like spring and summer, and then they're expensive, then they plummet like right after Christmas because people selling that shit off to sell off their Christmas gifts. People aren't buying, you know. Or,
The singer in my band,
so we're
he's
still
got
on
a
buy
he's got
still.
a stock portfolio.
Oh,
And he told
Fancy.
me in the last 3 years he's made thousands of dollars off the stock
Yeah,
market.
that's how some people live.
There are some pretty,
Thousands.
Yeah.
there are some pretty safe ones.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the stock market is
If you got
constantly
it on
going up.
Amazon earlier,
It's just a
you're
matter of.
going nuts.
It's a matter of.
Just a matter of time before it drops.
No, you
Through
just
the
have to be
floor.
consistent.
But it's just a matter of time before it drops through the floor.
It hasn't dropped in a long time. I don't know if the stock market's going to drop anytime soon. I think the next crash is going to be caused by something else.
In 06, a friend of mine, he's dead now. He lost $280,000 overnight in the stock market.
Yeah.
In the stock market.
So the last time I bought this, I bought it at at $98 a share. The last time I sold it at $160 a share, and it now goes for $288 currently. Over last week, it jumped up a little while ago. It was low forever, yeah. What did it jump up to? $427 at the most. That was that day.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold down here at the 160 area that day.
That's funny.
It starts at like 8:30 or something and closes at like 4:30. Like it's got weird times.
Right.
And